In this video, I'm going to talk about forearm development, why it's so important, and what you can do to rectify poor forearm musculature. So in my opinion, strong forearm development is very visually striking, along with good neck, trap and calf musculature can tend to give the impression of a very strong physique. You can see the difference here between the flow of the physique with strong forearms and underdeveloped forearms, the difference that makes. So I've got a really simple superset here that I do quite often. The first exercise is a reverse curl. So this is a palms facing down curl. Essentially here you're training your forearm extensors. So if you hold your arm out to the side, it will be the muscle on top of your forearm. So this is quite a difficult exercise, and you're going to need to use less weight than you usually would do for a traditional curl, traditional palms up curl. So I usually use between 20 to maybe 50 kilos for this exercise, whereas for a traditional curl I would usually use maybe 30 to 60, 70 kilos. And then I follow that up immediately with a wrist curl, which is essentially training the forearm flexors. So the front of the forearm, if you put your hand facing up, it's the forearm muscles that you can see. Again, this is a very hard exercise. So I'm using 25k here, the same weight, and I'm doing 20 to 30 reps on each set. I have gone heavy on this in the past. I would tend not to go lower than 6 to 8 reps, though, to be honest. I've maybe used up to 26 to 28k dumbbells for each arm. And the heaviest I've gone on the reverse curls is probably 50 with loose form. But here I'm keeping the form strict, and I do 12 reps on a reverse curl, followed by 20 to 30 on the wrist curl. So another way of training your forearms, perhaps not directly, but indirectly, would be to utilize heavy weights when you're training back, and try not to use the wraps on all the sets you do for deadlifts, low row, horizontal row, or lat pull down, any type of rowing movement or back movement. Try not to use the wraps on all of the sets that you do. But if you feel like the poor grip is going to negatively affect the intensity you want to train at for these movements, then put wraps on, because you don't want your weaker grip and weaker forearm development to interfere with other muscle groups. So you have to train forearms separately as well, and that's a nice little circuit you can do perhaps a couple of times a week to add some mass to your forearm. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more. Stay strong.